everyone, I'm 𝗚𝗫𝗁 and today we'll be learning Gantt chart, which is really cool and super important when it comes to project planning and tracking. So let's dive right in. Gantt chart is a very special kind of chart that helps you plan your project and track it. Imagine you have the list of all the tasks that you need to do, say of a big group project. Gantt chart lets you see all those tasks in the form of a list on one side, and then it shows which task will happen in what timeline. It is like a big calendar. Each task will have their own colored bar that will show how much time will it take, when it will start and end. Plus, you can see who is in charge of each task and if there is any task that needs to be done before the another one starts. So a Gantt chart makes it super easy for you to know what to do, when to do, and who is doing what, all at a one glance. There are multiple advantages of the Gantt chart. It shows everything from start to finish, and it is very easy to keep the teammates updated. Also, the Gantt chart keeps all the tasks connected, so in case there is any changes, it is very to keep everything in right order. Now let's understand all these Gantt chart and everything with the help of whiteboard. So let's understand this table first. So the task here is basically the list of all the tasks that we need to do. First complete column has the task that needs to be done before starting that particular task. For example, before starting task 2, we have to complete the task 1. Before starting task 4, we have to complete both the task 1 and 2 first. And then only we can start with task 4. And that is how it is. For the days column, we have the number of days that will be required to complete that particular task. For the task 1, we need 4 days. For the task 2, we need 2 days, and so on. So let's understand everything with the help of the Gantt chart here. So as you all know, that the Gantt chart basically has two axes. The first one is this, and let's take the another one. It will be this. Now on the horizontal axis, we'll add the number of days. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the vertical axis, we'll have our tasks. 4 and 5. 2, task 3, task 4, and task 5. Okay, so for the task 1, we don't have any predecessor. That is, we don't have to complete any other task before the first task. So we can start the first task with the first day. So it will take 4 days. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. Similarly, for the task 3, we don't have any predecessor. So we can complete the task 3, but it will take 3 days. So the 3 days will be like 1, 2, and 3. Just to make you understand about how am I doing it, the first will need 4 days, the second will need 3 days, for the task 2 we need to complete task 1. So if the task 1 will get completed here, we can start the task 2 from right here, and the task 2 will take 2 days, so it will be like from 4 to 6. Now for the task 4, we need to complete both 1 and 2. So the 1 is getting completed here, but the 2 is getting completed here. So we can start the task 4 right from 6th day, where the 7th day is starting basically. So for the task 4 will take 2 days. So for the task 4, we have this. So the task 8th, day 8th will come here. And finally the task 5. The task 5 will have to get started after the task 3 is complete. The task 3 is getting completed here, so we can start the task 5 right here. And how much days will it take? It will take only 1 day. So that is the whole Gantt chart. I hope you have understood. Now let's move on to how we can make the Gantt chart on the Excel. Now let's understand how to create Gantt chart in an Excel. So there are several methods. We can create dynamic Gantt chart using conditional formatting. We can just use any template that is on the Excel and we can edit according to our use case. But the method I am going to show to create a Gantt chart is just by inserting a chart. So let's click on insert, then choose text chart. It is blank because we haven't selected any data. So we'll click select data. We'll add a series. The series name will be start date. The series values would be from 20th to 28th. Okay, but still we need days also here, so we'll use select data again. Then we'll add select series name as days and then values as 5 to 5. Here is what we have. Everything is good so far. Let's add the horizontal axis. So this is a stack chart, but it is not looking like a Gantt chart. What can we do is we can just edit some formatting. Go to format data series, then click no line, and that's it. For the so you can see there are so many blanks before these 20th October. What to do? We'll do is we'll select minimum of this. We have got this as 45585. Let's see what we'll do. We'll select this format axis and here we'll choose that minimum of 45585 and that's it. See, every blank is gone before the first task even starts. Now this is something that we need to work on. Now we need to keep it in a correct order, this horizontal axis. So we'll choose this, go to format axis, the axis, and then reverse. Thank you for joining me today to learn the Gantt charts. I hope you found this very helpful and fun. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to your friends. Also, please don't forget to comment down if you want to see the advanced version of the Gantt chart that we can make in an Excel.